You I go, y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city, every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go. Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? What's going on, Eric? We're gonna get some people time to join the room, man. You guys know breaking news. Well, technically, it's not breaking news now, but Alton McCaskill has entered the transfer portal. So I'm gonna share the link. I'm gonna share the link too for those that want to chime in and share their thoughts. And if you guys want your voice to be heard, I feel like it's a very I'm trying to see how I can put it, man. You guys know a lot of times people misunderstand opinions and they take it the wrong way. We're gonna get into that in a second. What's going on, Eric? Paid tourist dude would have started too. Facts. It was looking good. It was looking good. Dude, see that freshman? Oh yeah, Michael Welch taking care of business and practice. That is true. That is true. Maybe he feel like there's no chance for him. But at the same time, it's like these guys so easy to. So I just shared the link for those that want to come in and just share their thoughts. These guys too easy to just bag out. Elijah Washington, what's going on? Magdog, you were so right. Did you hear what Shador and Shiloh said? No. Enlighten me on what did they say? What did they say? If it's not too much to type. But yeah, I just feel like these guys easy to hit that portal. The fact that Coach Prime actually what's good, Big Warm in the house. But the fact that Coach Prime red-shirted this man, and for him to actually get and complete full health last season, and then for you to just wait till you get healthy and hit the portal, to me it just doesn't make sense. So I can't help but think and agree with Kevin as far as him seeing that freshman. It has to be a competition issue, in my opinion, because Coach Prime been working with the man. He been doing things as far as helping him, work with him. They said the guys who went in the portal are lying about why they left. Wow. That make a lot of sense. They're running from competition. I really feel that way. Shout out to Kevin Brown. I agree 100%. Running from competition. That's exactly what they're doing. It sounds peaceful with them birds, brother. I can't wait to move back to the country. Yeah, it is peaceful, man. One thing about it, they definitely singing right now. They're going crazy right now, but I'm more of a country person, so I'm used to it. It's peaceful for sure. Shout out to Micah. Yeah, Micah definitely. Micah been balling. He's the truth, and he's young though. So just imagine what he's going to be whenever he really start growing a little bit more. Did you hear Charlie Offerdale is now running back too? I love it. I absolutely love it, man. He deserves it. Charlie been going off, man. He been going off. Alton would be great no matter where he goes. Just wish it was going to be at Colorado. I also think maybe Alton didn't like his degree. Every time asked about it, he didn't seem that interested in it. Yeah, that definitely may have something to do with it. But I do feel like he's going to be, depending on where he go, um, depending on what team use him, because we are a passing team. Let's be honest with it. We are a passing team. We don't run. We're not a run heavy team. So Alton definitely probably was looking at, you got Dylan Edwards, Michael Welch, obviously. And then Coach Prime said there's another running back that's on the way. Then you got the kid, Savion Wilkerson. So, and then we're a passing team. So you have to think about it. If you're the number 3, let alone the number 2, you're really not going to get as much as far as stats because we pass a lot. So, but I still would have stayed if I was Alton. I agree 100%. He definitely, I look at it as competition. Why they enter in the transfer portal? Colorado has all the things that college does not like. They have like getting to the NFL and getting exposure. I agree. Did you hear what Alton dad said about the football program? Yes. He was saying that it's favoritism and all that. I disagree. I don't feel like it's favoritism. I know he's been saying Alton McCaskill is 100%. But in the fact of reality is Alton McCaskill hasn't been able to play a full season since 2021. So maybe he go back to Houston because Houston do have some new coaches now. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but it just, to me, it's competition in my opinion. If he really is the best running back number 1, I feel like he should have stayed because he was going to play. If you guys been watching Well Off Media videos, you would see Alton McCaskill was playing with the ones. He was running with the ones. So if he the best running back, show it. And then the spring game, this is what I do not understand about the transfer portal. The guys that saying that, they the best, they number 1 and all of this, they leaving before the spring game. So it's like, it just don't make sense. If you really the best, show us in the game. Like, and then you guys got to also understand this. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but Alton McCaskill don't have film. He don't have any game film neither. So it's like, I mean, yeah, he have it from Houston, but that's old stuff. You know what I'm saying? He have practice clips, but he don't have game film. So I just don't understand why these guys leave before the spring game. That is crazy. Like, even if you have only a day or two, as far as the deadline with the portal, at the least you have film for a college to see. It's just crazy. The other running back, he comes. Oh yeah, Ohio State. That running back is cold-blooded. I can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about. Coach Prime said Alton was not doing that good in practice. Exactly. Shout out to Koff. Facts. People crying about that hasn't done nothing in 3 years. I know. Bro, this April, like you said, he really just coming out. Be patient. Yes, be patient. And I want to say he's a junior. I just feel like he moves. That's just a bad move. Facts. Agreed. Why leave before the spring game? These guys, folky, want to compete. Don't worry, Coach Prime, get better. Exactly. I just can't see myself leaving before the spring game. Like, that's. I mean, it's just certain things that I try not to say. I'm gonna just say that wasn't a wise decision. But you guys really know what I want to say. I mean, if you leaving before the spring game, I mean, it's just not a wise decision. I feel like his dad had a lot to do with his decision. Shout out to Queen. You may be right. And I say that because he have definitely been a lot active. I did see his Twitter tweet where he said that If my son is not number one, we out of here. We leaving. So that's one where I was just like, look, Pops, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I love the confidence you have in me, but I'm gonna show Coach Prime, if that's the case in the spring game, that I'm the best running back on the team. Rather than hitting the portal, now you getting involved in a situation where you don't really know if the coach got the best interest for you. This is a passing league now. So, I mean, it's not like you can go somewhere. Every coach is not like Coach Prime. Yeah, we're a passing team, but Coach Prime is still going to let you do your thing. So now you might be going to a team where, I mean, this may not even look at you because you have no film. And then your history says you haven't played since 2021. That's just reality of it. That would have been more film on his ability to show right. Trying to live through his son, yes. A lot of times that be the case. A lot of times that be the case. Trying to live through your son, but Alton is a grown man. You know, he make his own decisions. Um, it's crazy. You have to, yes, that's a great comment right here. Not only do you have to get, like, it's the same thing with Kamani McLain. Like, you don't really know what you're going into. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn a new playbook, new plays, new system. Get familiar with the campus. It's so much when you transfer that you have to, get used to. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'm trying to do better with that. As you guys know, I be so in tune with the game to where I forget to tell y'all to hit the like button and stuff. I just love the game. I just like talking football, man. But if you guys want to if you want to support me, just hit the like button. Darius says Colorado gave him a chance. That's facts. Is his daddy the one in all the comments talking about favoritism and politics? Yes. Yes, his dad is the one that's saying it's all favoritism. His son is number one. You know, we need to go somewhere where we appreciate it. It's weird because these parents speak out when they kids hit the portal about favoritism and politics, but they don't speak about it while they actually on a team. It's just weird, but they wait. Everybody loves to say favoritism and politics when anytime we relate something with Coach Prime. I just don't get it. I think you did the right thing I think you did the right thing by transfer. You trying to say he? I think he did the right thing by transferring. They want number 3 to back. I can't see. Again, I wish him all the best. I just cannot see. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I can't see him having any kind of success from now moving forward. And just my personal opinion, just because it takes a lot for a team to really buy into you that never bought into you before, unless you go back to Houston, because Houston did recruit him other than Colorado. But I hope see, the thing is about the transfer portal is guys just jump in. I hope they have like an idea where they want to go before hitting the transfer portal. Because if you just going in there blind, it's going to be hard. But yeah, I definitely wish him well, though, for sure. I just can't see, me personally, I can't see it happening. But, everybody have their own opinion. 3 teams in 3 years, yeah. That's a lot of teams. That's why it's going to be very important. I'm gonna post the Cash App for those that want to do the Cash App thing. But that's why it's going to be very important for someone like Kamani McLain. And I say that because he hitting this portal. This is the second time. This is second time. Well, first time, but this is going to be the second team as far as for Kamani McLain. So he's gonna have to choose wisely, and he's gonna have to make the best of it. But 3 teams in 3 years is not a good look. You know, you don't want to be that type of guy. You know, just like my guy, he will be on the show, Shimon Mateer, tight end. You know, we just spoke a couple months ago. He just arrived at Colorado and then he left. And so I'm not gonna speak on why he left, but he will be joining us very soon. And he'll explain that, you know, so that's gonna be a very cool interview. They could be leaving because of that letter that professor sent to Coach Prime talking about bad. I just can't see that either though. Like, because that letter don't interfere with them playing. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's more about competition. You know, back then if you transfer, you had to sit out a year. Now they can hit the portal and go and try something somewhere else. But they don't realize that you're doing the same thing though. Like, you leave one team because you ain't playing, you go into a whole entire team thinking that you can, you know, get some playing time, but you're just going in the same situation, the same thing. I promise. This I can tell you guys that from firsthand experience. Every time I transferred, thinking that I was gonna be in a better position, I ran back to the same thing. Shout out to Roger. Appreciate you for the cash app, bro. I really appreciate it 1000%. As you guys know, man, I don't really ask for much. Just hit the like button, but when you guys donate, man, I definitely appreciate it. It helps a lot. Yeah, it's like leaving a job without having another one, but got bills to pay. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. A lot of these players, I'm telling y'all, doing that. They hit this transfer portal blindly. We have so many players that hit the portal from Coach Prime Colorado Buffaloes last year that's still in the portal right now. They still in the portal right now as we speak. So you better make sure you have a job, you know, like she put it, you know, having a job but got bills to pay, but you want to quit. You want to quit your job, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Better make sure you have a backup plan. Shout out to my man right here. He always dropping gems. He says, I was seeing the improvement. Me too. But did Alton look better than Wilkerson, Charlie, or Edwards? Honestly, he been looking good in my opinion. Now he haven't been looking better than Edwards. Charlie, I ain't gonna lie, Charlie been looking good. So I can't say he been looking better than Charlie. Wilkerson, maybe, but definitely not Michael Welch. So that's 3 running backs right there. So yeah, it makes sense, but I just don't. Let me ask you this, because you are somebody that have a lot of knowledge. I'll be receiving a lot of your comments. So my question to you is that, do you think that it was a wise decision to hit the portal before the spring game? That's my question. Because for me, that just wasn't. At least get your film. Queen E, it does. It make you look. It make you look soft. No loyalty, just a check and a bounce. Facts. Doesn't Kamani have 4 years? Yes, he had 4 years. Wilkerson on his 4th team. See, that's not a good look neither. Yep. Yeah, that's not a good look, because you putting yourself back more and more and more and more, further and further back. I think the grades with Alton, I don't think so. Now I know people have been saying with Kamani, they feel like it's grades, but with Alton, I don't think the grades. Facts. Everyone do. And when that spot is not given, they gone. They up out of there. I blame the NCAA. The NCAA should make it that you can only enter the transfer portal one time during your college career. I agree. But I just don't see it happening now with the NIL deals and Uh, somebody else they brought light to it as well. I think it's Caleb Williams. He was the first to have success with the NIL. So I just don't see it being changed. I think this is just the generation, the era we in right now. Appreciate you coughing the cash out, bro. I received it. Yeah, thanks a lot. It's gonna go a long ways. Put it in the gas tank. Fresh start. David, I think Kamani is down to 3. He played 277 snaps. Prime should have red-shirted Kamani. He wasn't ready. Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to redshirt a 5-star number 1 ranked DB in 2023. I'm talking about. See, this is the thing. Number 1 ranked cornerback in his class. It's hard to redshirt that. That means you supposed to be the next Travis Hunter or better. You know what I'm saying? So it's you just can't redshirt that. I'm gonna just say it like that. You don't redshirt that. Man, favoritism happens in real life outside of football, but you still have to grind consistently despite it. It's the long game, not a video game where you can keep hitting rest facts. Be patient. Patience. And they don't have patience no more. They don't have patience. You said it you said it real good. It's the long game, not a video game where you can keep hitting reset button and be okay. Facts. Because the more you transfer, even though you don't have to sit out, you still putting yourself behind as far as learning a new system, the conditioning is gonna be different, making new friends. It's just a lot that go into transferring. And then think about this, Derek McClendon, what I'm saying, didn't get a lot of playing time, or he didn't get a lot of good stats, have an opportunity with the Atlanta Falcons. Roderick Ward, opportunity, I can't think of the team, but he had an NFL opportunity. I think the Chargers. Juju had an NFL opportunity. So Xavier Weaver. So you're gonna get your opportunity. Just be patient, keep grinding. Amarian Miller is the prime example of what I mean about being patient. Amarian Miller, in my opinion, have every reason to hit the portal. Last year he did, not this year because he's been getting a lot of playing time now. But to me, he's a professional. The fact that he's sitting here and he may feel like there's favoritism going on, but he's still staying patient. He carry himself, in my opinion, as if he the best wide receiver Coach Prime has. Like, that's how he carry himself by his work. So if you're an NFL scout, you want that. Like, you think NFL scouts don't know who Amari Miller is? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? And it says a lot about his mental toughness too. Was to stay, no back in college right now is getting 22 carries a game, unless facts. Yeah, we're in a passing league now. Yeah, he do have 4 years of eligibility from what people say. Facts. I feel like if you leave after the spring game, you'll get stuck in the portal. Okay, I believe that's why the spring game's so late. I just can't see it. Think about it. If Kamani McLain would have played in the spring game, and let's say he would have dominated, and he hit the portal right after, you mean to tell me you think it'll be too late? Like, if you balling, think everybody watches Colorado, so it's not like this is just a spring game. This is a spring game that's going to be televised. This is a spring game, that's going to be sold out. Everybody is going to be watching this game. So me personally, I just couldn't pass that opportunity up. Even if the portal was like a day later, like, I just feel like they can get so much from this spring game rather than just leaving before it. Yes, they definitely chasing the bag. The transfer portal says that for sure. I agree. Me too. I'm an Alton fan as well, but yeah, you have to pass it. But he was getting a lot of reps though in practice, so that's why I said it didn't make sense to me. I was shocked because Alton McCaskill was getting a lot of reps with the Warrens. No, I think all the guys who left should have played in the spring game. Show teams you can compete, not just bounce when the facts. That's all I'm saying. Don't leave when, like, at least finish. For me, finishing is very important in life. Whatever you start, you know how I grew up, as far as the coaches that I've dealt with, they always preached and taught that you want to finish. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, how when you playing a game of football and they tell you finish every rep, run through the finish line. For me, players that hit that portal before the spring camp is over have quit it. I don't look at it as players just jumped into the transfer portal. Now, if it was done after the spring game, then it makes sense. Players just hit the transfer portal. But if you do it before the spring game, I'm labeling that as quitting. You just quit it, in my opinion. That is called quitting. Facts, facts. This season is do or die for Colorado. If they can't get a winning season and prove their pipeline is going to be terrible, prime time era. Not really. At the end of the day, prime don't have to prove nothing. Prime time is prime time at the end of the day. So it's not like, prime is only giving back to these players. You know what I'm saying? This don't this don't affect him at all. Prime can lose every single game and it's not going to change nothing as far as him being prime time. He's still going to have opportunities to coach if he want to coach. He's prime time Deion Sanders. So, as far as the season, yeah, this is the expectation is very high now. Last season a sense of hope. This year is a sense of expectations. So yeah, I mean, as far as that go, 100%. But as far as the era, prime time era, that'll never change. We, man, that was a crazy ending as far as what you said. Appreciated, not tolerated. So if Kamani was being tolerated, perhaps they were asked to leave. These guys are baby boys. It's important that they get out of that mentality. Facts, facts. Because when you start working, you can't just up and leave when you feel like it because things ain't going right, and then get hired right after because you have bills. The world don't care about that. Oh, you left your job because things wasn't going right. You need a job now because you have bills left to pay. The world don't care about that. At the end of the day, but the portal, in my opinion, has created a lot of crybabies, and what I'm saying, it's crazy. But it could be a trap too. Yes, yes, facts. I know it's hard to redshirt, but Kamani, an elite athlete, Hunter is much a better athlete than Kamani. I don't think they compare. You're right. You're right. So maybe if they would have sat out Kamani a year, it makes sense. But in my opinion, he sat out anyway. I mean, he only played a few games. I just felt like this was the year. You know, Edward would get his reps. I agree. Alton moved too fast. Facts, facts. You can still be in a three-back system and make it to the league. 100%. I agree. You can almost not get a lot of. Again, you can almost be a nobody and have a very good pro day and get to the league. So that's why I say get the film. Like, get the film. That's important. Get the film. Film is important because if that's the case, everybody that's in 181 people that's in the chat, we can all hit the transfer portal and get picked up. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? You got to have something that differentiate you from the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have some type of film. And practice film don't count. Like they don't. It's not film. I'm talking about game film. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Urban. I'm gonna put her podcast in here as well. But like I said, man, these guys. Kamani has elite athleticism, but that don't mean much outside of your facts. Facts. You guys can support the her podcast on TikTok. I had a link in the description. NIL was a great idea for the player, but it should have been equal. Yes, yes. I do like the idea of guys getting paid. Actually, honestly I don't though. I really honestly don't like it. You know, again, I come from the tail end of the old school era. For me, grinding to get paid. You know what I'm saying? It made it more. It made football more fun, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? When you put on the pads and the cleats and you go out there and you grinding to get known or to get money. You know what I'm saying? You work towards it. Now a lot of these guys, they get paid before they even get on the field. So it's in my personal opinion, from a former football player's perspective, I don't like the NIL deal just in general, but it is a great idea for the players because you're getting paid. But I just personally feel like, man, it's no better. Football will never be the same for any of you guys that grew up, whether you played or been around the game in the older days. Y'all know what I'm saying. Football is just never will be the same. Not just with NIL deals, even with the rules, like the head-to-head rules. They changing the kickoff now. The NFL is doing like the XFL as far as kickoffs. Football is just never going to be the same. When I grew up watching it, it was just more. It was more fun, even though it was violent. It just was more fun to watch. Shout out to Sunflower Brown. Appreciate you. I love the super chat. I mean, not super chat. The badge. Hey, Mag Dog TV. That was a great interview that Coach Prime did with DNVR. Very touching and powerful at the end. Can't we all just get along? Famous last words of Rodney King. Yeah, yeah, that was a very good interview. Very, very good interview. Um, Coach Prime has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the recruits that he's going to be recruiting will show up to the game at the spring game. Y'all know how Coach Prime get down. So with all these guys leaving, Prime, I think Prime got some fireworks coming for us, man. He gonna do something where it's gonna be crazy. I believe Kamani was wrestling with the decision he made picking Colorado instead of a Florida team. Well, guess what? We're gonna finally get a chance to see that now, though. You know what I'm saying? He got a chance to prove everybody wrong and prove himself right. Prime time is prime time. Facts. Never would be another prime time, man. Never ever would be. His legacy is already written. This is just a hobby, and this is how I look at it. It's just a hobby, and of course, as he should as a father, want the best for his sons too. And people like to knock him for that. I guess it's a bad thing to be a great father in this society. He should want the best for his sons. You know what I'm saying? I was disappointed in Alton and more disappointed in his dad. His dad just hurt his chances with other schools. No one wants to deal with a parent lying and trashing the program. I do agree with that as well because you don't want to, you have to be very careful with the social media platform because now you in the portal and you ain't obviously haven't been picked up today and you've been in the portal for over 24 hours, going on 24 hours. But the thing is that you have other college teams. They looking at the drama. So if it don't work out here, you're gonna bash us too. Or if he ain't starting or number one, we're gonna be looked at as showing favoritism. So um, sometimes the social media can be a curse too. I have a feeling that he was asked to leave along with McCaskill dad. Honestly, I was thinking on the line of that, but I just can't see Coach Prime, saving Alton when he saw, because he's been preaching all along about him wanting to have Alton McCaskill at 100%, and he redshirted him so he can be 100% to go this season. So maybe his dad had a lot to do with that, but I don't think Coach Prime did. And I don't if you meant that, I don't think Coach Prime did at all. I think Coach Prime was probably more. Well, see, I was gonna say I think Coach Prime was probably more surprised, but in an interview with DNVR, he said he already be knowing when guys about to hit the portal. Coach Prime recently in practice was telling them guys, "Are you gonna ride? You know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna jump in the portal?" Coach Prime said that intentionally because he already knew some of the guys that was at practice was about to hit the portal because players talk and stuff like that. So um, it's crazy. But Prime, you can't fool Prime. Prime is a player's coach. He's not like a Nick Saban. You never can compare Coach Saban with Prime Time because Prime Time is more of a player's coach. You know what I'm saying? So he be knowing some stuff, man. He really do. I think some of these guys were asked to transfer as well. I'm positive the whole O line was on the cut list. The reason why I would say I understand what y'all are saying is that Prime is building like an NFL style system with the NFL coaches and trying to get these guys developed and have their mentalities on as far as a professional level. He always mentioned the transfer portal is free agency. So it wouldn't surprise me if Coach Prime is meeting with some of these players, not necessarily telling them to leave, but telling them the plans that he have as far as them if they was to stay. So I don't think he's telling them to leave, but if that's the case, I think he would be on the line of saying something like, Alton McCaskill, we got Dylan Edwards, Michael Welch, balling. Charlie Offerdale probably going to get some playing time. We're probably going to have you around like the fourth or the fifth. And it's up to you if you want to stay. I think if he was to do that, it would be more on the line of that rather than, oh, you just need to hit the portal because he technically can't do that. I'm trying not to skip comments. They coming in fast, so if I did, my apology. Magdal, peep this. Both Kamani and Alton mothers moved to Colorado with them. Wow. And both didn't have their dads in their life. Both left because of competition. Wow, that's crazy. Kamani and Alton mothers moved to Colorado. Wow. Yeah, that's deep there. But where do they get paid from if it's not the school? The NIL come in all kind of packages, different type of companies. Like for an example, Shador Sanders. I know you guys know he's with the TB12 thing with Tom Brady. So NILs come from all different. It's so many ways these guys get paid. Um, but if you in the portal, in my opinion, you shouldn't get paid. Like you should be able to. It's crazy. I know you don't like Colorado, Peter, but yeah, it ain't no favoritism. Jeanette Fox not talking about 60 kids, talking about percentage. Prime right now is 40-40-20 for his recruiting splits. It's all dollars. You ain't lying. That's crazy. They should. I like this comment. They should, when you think about it, they have to get agents to swing endorsements for them and to be outstanding to attract the cash. The way the game is going, they should be trying to get agents now because a lot of them ain't making the wise decisions. But right now, I'm gonna have to ban you, man. You know, we ain't doing no racism. So you ban, you have to make another page. And you guys know I don't really ban people, man, but we ain't gonna do no racism. Social media is tricky. It will have you believe in something that ain't even real. Facts, facts. You have to be very careful with what you go out there and research. Jeanette, I feel the very same way. This is the same team as last year, to be honest. The O line gonna be better, and the D line might be a little better, but I don't see them winning that many games, especially the second half of the season. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's not gonna believe. You have a right to feel that way, but um, we'll see. There was only 2 games that we got beat very bad. The rest of them was within 7, and I mean, I feel like the offense is way better now with LaJohntay Wester added. The O line, I mean, Amari Miller, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn been playing a little bit better lately. Will Shepherd on the way, Draylon Miller on the way, more running backs on the way. I mean, the defense doing better. I do feel like the secondary should improve a little bit better because it's either the secondary needs to prove a little bit better or our wide receivers is just straight raw, which I do feel like they are. So, but you have a right to feel that way. We will see. I can tell you with me reacting to a lot of the spring games like Ohio State, Miami, Alabama, none of those teams is that much better than Colorado, in my personal opinion. They're a little bit bigger, but I don't see much of a difference. Besides Georgia. Now Georgia is Georgia, you know, but the rest of those teams, in my opinion, is not much better than Colorado. It's gonna come down to coaching. That's what it's really gonna come down to, in my opinion, coaching. Can we stop the same things like the crossing route, drag routes, you know, um, situational football when you up 29-0 against a team like Stanford, and in the second half you throwing 100 balls, you know what I'm saying? Like we down, can we manage the clock? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's going to determine the season, in my opinion. I still see Colorado winning 7, 8 games, bowl eligible with left on the roster. They definitely stay healthy. Ohio State would put 80 on Colorado, but don't sleep on Texas Tech. They almost beat Oregon. 80 points is a lot of points. Basically, he's being honest with them and let know so they can make the best choice. Yep, yep. Yeah, Peter, man, he one of the active guys, man. But I mean, that was the nail biter right there, man. We don't do that. I don't think that guy even understood what he said. If the D line is better and the line is a lot better, those were the yes facts. Wasn't that the main reason of why we felt like the team just wasn't as good? The trenches. So, and then we have Coach Sapp. Come on, man. Like facts, facts. The truth, I'll agree if they stayed in the Pac-12, but Big 12 got to at least make them bowl eligible. Prime is old school and expect these players to get on done in the classroom, on the field, film study, playbook, facts. Yeah, Prime is old school, man. You know, just because all this new school stuff is going on around him, don't mean he gonna change his mentality. Prime still coaches them guys as if when he was playing. So if that means you a 5-star, you need to hit the portal. Then hey, it is what it is. That's how Prime looking at it. Shout out to DW. Do you think the players from other teams look at a little bigger sometimes due to Colorado black uniforms? No, honestly, a lot of the players are just bigger. Colorado's just a smaller. See, Colorado, in my opinion, is more like a perimeter type of team. Skilled players. So, I don't think that's the case. It's because of the jersey color. It's just those guys really do be bigger. Yeah, facts. Some colleges could care less about academics as long as the players are helping the team win. That's true. I mean, all of these. I mean, think about it. It's a lot of schools in college football, and pretty dang well all of them guys is not, educational smart. But if you come into class on time, you go because the thing is, professors would give you grades. Like when I was playing, professors was passing me just because I was showing up and doing the right thing. Though, if I wasn't showing up, then you can't help nobody if they don't want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? We got Peter in the background, man. Should we let him? Should we bring him in? What you guys think, man? Should we bring Peter in? Put a one in the chat if you guys want to bring Peter in. We're gonna see what the chat think. Peter want to join the live, man. Put a one in the chat if we should bring him in. Put a two if we shouldn't. Yeah, he may want to apologize. You never know. Put a two. No. Yeah, one if you guys do not want to put him in, man. Everybody say no, Peter, man. So you got to make another page, bro. You're doing racial comments, bro. Like, so we can't let you in. When you think about it, they're going to be a month and a half before they hit. Yeah, facts. His clearance to play, his own field conditioning playbook, leave him out. Yeah, that's what I said too. I don't trust that. I mean, especially with what he said. Y'all sleep on the Big 12. Kansas beat Oklahoma last year. Kansas State gave Texas a run for their money. UCF, no joke either. We should start off a 4-0. That's the thing. If we can start off 4-0, 3-1, I think we would be good. UCF is a good team. Speaking of UCF, there's some conversations that Kamani might end up there. You know, yeah, he said too much already. Facts. Michael Welch gonna open some eyes now that Alton is gone. Facts. He's a weirdo. Yeah, that's why I ain't let him. Yeah, that's why I ain't let him come in. Yeah, yeah, and see, I knew he was trolling, but I was okay with it as long as it wasn't on a racial thing. You know what I'm saying? But when you start being racist, like making racial comments and stuff like that, especially in this generation now, like it ain't no time for that. Not on this channel, man. We try to keep everything positive. Peter G said some wild crap on various YouTubers. It's typical Shadur hate. Yeah, and I know he was doing that, but my thing was as long as he ain't just do what he did earlier. Dylan Edwards gonna blow up this year. Reminds me of a young Reggie Bush. I like that. I like his style too. It's definitely like a Reggie Bush where you can, throw it to him out the backfield. Yeah, Peter, man, I hated to do him like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you can't be racist. 29 is a real dog. Facts. I'm telling y'all, Kamani's gonna mature and ball out next season. Don't sleep. That's the thing about it. We never slept on Kamani though. It's just the fact of him. See, it's never been on the field, in my opinion, as far as with Kamani. It's off the field stuff. So if he mature, like you said, I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't be surprised. Especially now with this going on, sometimes people need a fresh start. And I think that this is going to make him more hungry. And he's going to probably have that mindset that I want to show everybody that I'm a 5-star. This will be at the least of Kamani as a 5-star. The eye test doesn't show. He's called, dang. He's called Coach Prime a child molester. Wow. So it was time for him to get up out of here. The block bully. I think he is one of them still in the portal from last year. One of the guys who used to whistle wild to get. Appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, man. I try to be, a people's person, because everybody's not perfect, man, and but at the same time, he did it with that one. Timothy says that offense will look like the St. Louis Rams did when they won the Super Bowl. Oh, that'll be nice. That would be nice right there. Kamani never wanted to be in Colorado in the first place. It's hard to move from the South to a place where no black people or no culture in a. Yeah, I mean, he may feel better, being somewhere like Florida. But my thing is that whenever it's time for him to get to the next level as far as NFL, you may have to go to a no black culture or a where it's cold. When you want to be, that's the thing though. When you want to get to the next level, you're gonna do whatever it takes. Proud of your channel though, Magdal. You got good energy, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, John. Yeah, I'm big on energy, bro. Well, he didn't have a problem going on $1 million worth of a game. Him and his mama wonder if that was part of his decision making to go to Boulder. Yeah, it's no telling. It's no telling though. Like it's just I actually hate it though. I really do. Because I feel like Kamani, I just was hoping that he would have been able to get it together. Can you explain the transfer portal? Sorry, I am kind of new following college football. So the NCAA, they uplifted. So when I was playing, whenever you on a college team and it ain't working out and you want to transfer to another team, you had to sit out a year. You know what I'm saying? Now the transfer portal is uplifted now. Back then it was just transferring. Now it's labeled as transfer portal. So now guys can enter and they don't have to sit out a year. They can play. It's like free agency in NFL. They get picked up if they get picked up, you know what I'm saying? And they go to a team, and they can play right away. They don't have to sit out a year. So um that's what the transfer portal is. It just allow these guys to leave when things not going right. So yeah, that's what the transfer portal is. It's just basically a bunch of players where I can't even say that it's about players that didn't play though, because I see quarterbacks. It's all about NILs too. I will say that's part of the transfer portal. You may have a quarterback balling at, let me think, like Louisiana Tech, But he may say, well, I can make more money if I go somewhere like, um, you know, USC. Then he's gonna hit the portal. So it's a lot that comes with it now. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. That is exactly why I love this channel. This channel is always exciting and mellow at the same time. Yeah, I try to be on a positive spirit. Even when I probably had a BS day, you know what I'm saying? I still try to come on here, man, and give you guys, positive energy, man. Because at the end of the day, we deal with a lot of negativity outside of this of what we're looking at right now as far as social media. So, you know, at the least you guys know you come on this channel, man, it's peaceful and it's good energy. I'm here in Denver. Ream are plenty black people. You just have to step outside your box. Yeah, for me, it's I don't look at it as black people, white people, because the game of football, there's no such thing as that. You know what I'm saying? It's different cultures, different races. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about football is that, it ain't no such thing as a white team, black team. You know what I'm saying? It's the beauty of the game. You bring everybody together and you go to war. And if that's what I'm saying, like if you Colorado, I mean, who wouldn't want to play for a team where everybody is talking about this team? A lot of people believe, a lot of people don't believe. But I'm gonna be an old head, so I'm gonna be an old head telling all the youngins what NCAA football was like before transfer portal, NIL facts. That's to me, what you just said is the story that'll let them know, man, that's when football was football. When you had to sit out a year. See, back like a couple weeks ago, I was thinking like, man, I wonder how things would have been in my life if I had the transfer portal. But I mean, it wouldn't have made me who I am though, because it's like the journey was it was different going to a team where you knew like you had to compete for a spot. Because if you hit the portal, you got to sit out a year. You're getting a year older. And think about it, when you transfer, you go into a team that may not even use you. So it was like you have to compete. You was forced to compete before the transfer portal. Like you was forced to compete because you knew if you didn't, you're gonna have to transfer and sit out a year. Like a year without football for me was a big deal. Like it was serious. No football, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, for me though, that was more enjoyable than somebody hitting the portal when things just ain't going right, because you setting yourself, you're not being the full potential of yourself. Like if you behind Travis Hunter, but you feel like you better than Travis Hunter, so you leave, it's not gonna make you better though, because you're going back to the same. I mean, of course, there's like not a lot of Travis Hunters, but like Amari and Miller, for an example. Some people think Travis Hunter is better, some people don't. But with Amari and Miller staying and competing with Travis, it's making him better. But if he would have hit the portal, it's not gonna. You don't have no reason to go harder, if that makes sense. So for me, telling stories like as far as the transfer, before the transfer portal and NIL, those stories for me is the best stories. Does anyone know if Bishop Thomas has entered the portal yet, or has he been picked up from a team? I Let me see. I can answer that question now. I know he haven't been picked up, and I haven't seen his name in the portal yet. So now his name, according to 247 Sports, his name is not in there. So I don't know what's the latest on Bishop. Will he come back? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? After, all the other stuff. Could have gone down to JUCO and then back to D1 back in the day. That's what I did. I like that one, Chris. This is why I enjoy talking to you guys, man, because it ain't just me. You have other former players and coaches that's tuned in, and he's right on that. That's how I know he know what he's talking about, because you wouldn't go to a USC, things don't work out, and then go to Ole Miss. You would go JUCO and then go back up. But even when you do that, though, to me, you kind of setting yourself back a little bit as well. But for a lot of people, they worked out, though, where they went D1, it didn't work out, went JUCO, then went back D1. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good option as well. Makes a lot of, yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. Iron sharpen iron. If you know somebody is better than you, and the coach feel like that he's better than you, like, stay and just keep grinding and show, improve, or get better. But when you leave, you ain't allowing that iron to sharpen. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go and manipulate the iron. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be dull, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you want iron to sharpen iron. That's the only way you're going to get to the next level, because once you get to the NFL, everybody is Travis Hunter. See, that's what these players don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You running away from the wrong things, because you finna run right into it if you get an opportunity to get to the NFL level. Is that now you gonna have to compete. 100% riding with Colorado. Why did Alton? Why his? I'm only see. That's the thing about it. This question, I'm going by what his pop said. He wasn't RB number one. Um, he wasn't appreciated, and they felt like he was the man. So that's why he left. His dad tweeted that. So a lot of them guys gonna get stuck, and have to settle to D2. Not saying that's bad, but a lot of these teams already know they roster after. Exactly. A lot of teams have already had the spring game. Okay, you just said that. I misread that. Yeah, a lot of these teams already had the spring game. So it's like, it's backwards to me for a player, like any player on Colorado's team that leave before the spring game is backwards, because most of the teams already had their spring game. They know what they want. Then you have guys that's incoming from in the fall, as far as fall camp come. Unless you like Travis Hunter, they enter the portal or something like that. These guys they're gonna get stuck. Because once you enter the transfer portal, they still have you labeled as stars. Alton McCaskill, for an example, I think he like a 3-star, 2-star, something like that. And so a college team that don't know, if you ain't played in 2 years, I'm going to go off of you a 3-star, according to 247 Sports. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no game film, so I have to judge you off of what they label you as. But when you go to the spring game, you can at least have film to show, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm the real deal. Exactly, unless you coming with amazing film or 5 stars, facts. Because if you guys pay attention, the 247 Sports, most of the guys transferring is like 3 stars, 2 stars. You don't get 5 stars in the trend, like Kamani McLain. That's why it was a big deal. It's very rarely for a 5-star to hit the transfer portal unless he finna get a bag. But Kamani, his situation was just a little different, though. It's like, to me, everything was in front of him. He just had to grind and get it. But some 5-stars have good reasons for hitting the portal. I'm 66 years old and was raised to commit. Now, while I realize circumstances change, these kids are selfish, undisciplined, and spoiled. Chasing the bag don't guarantee success. Hard work does. Facts. That's what we need. We need more people like Craig Johnson to chime in on these topics, so you guys can hear how it was back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm 32, so I'm still considered young. But when Craig Johnson was coming up, like it was way more structured. You know what I'm saying? Like my head coach back in the day, like we had certain times of the day or certain times of practice when to drink water. Like if you get caught drinking water during certain periods of practice, you had to go run. Like we couldn't wear certain color socks. We couldn't wear visors. Like I was on the tail end of this. You know what I'm saying? This was during the when it was like football. It was about football. Everybody had to be together. That's see back then I didn't understand it. Like wow, we can't wear certain socks. We can't wear visors. You know, we can't drink water whenever we feel like it. But now I understand when I see how this generation is going about as far as this new era. Now I see why coaches had us like that because he wanted us all in one. You know, not this everybody kind of like separating themselves. You a 5-star, so you get this treatment. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Alton was hurt 2 years. Like I say, from my understanding, 2 years. It wasn't just last year. Realistically, would Alton be a starter somewhere? If not, why? Be the second string somewhere else and not second at Colorado? Exactly, Erica. I wish I could interview Alton honestly because I just don't understand why. Unless he feel like he can go back to Houston and start, it just don't make sense. Even though Kamani didn't do nothing, he gonna get picked up easy. Facts. I agree with you on that. I told you guys that I believe Kamani will get picked up um, before the weekend is over or sooner, just because he's a 5-star. So that's a good thing. You know, he can if things don't work out at a school. But the thing is, if this be a ongoing habit, it can become a bad thing. Now they're gonna start questioning what's the problem. But this first time hitting the portal as a 5-star, he got every right, or he can easily be like, well, favoritism. Just because he got that 5-star tag on his name, he won't be one of the ones that's in the portal for long. What do you think will happen with Kamani? My personal opinion, I think Kamani is going to go. This is what I think with Kamani. I think Kamani McLain is going to go to a team where there's connections, as in he's going to go to a school. Maybe the coach already was recruiting him. You know, like I think I don't know if it's UCF. It's going to be. I think he's going back home for sure because that's his backyard. Um, so with Kamani, I think he's going to end up going to. He's going to go to a team where he was already recruited before going to Coach Prime, Colorado Buffaloes, and as far as his production and stuff, I think I'm gonna speak good. I'm gonna speak positively on him. I think all of this here is gonna make him a better, more mature. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna pan out. He's gonna be more hungry. You know what I'm saying? He may feel like it was favoritism. I just don't see how he could feel that way with so much of what Coach Prime was put up with. But I do feel like Kamani is going back to his backyard where he feel comfortable at, where he became a 5-star. And so I think he's gonna end up being great. Did anybody watch Chico on Tuesday? Very revealing. No, I didn't. I didn't watch Chico. Shout out to Big Dog Chico. I didn't watch him. He used to have good stuff. All facts. My game. He gonna get picked up simply off of his name. NIL bag is politics. Yeah, facts. Right now, his name is hot just because he's a 5-star that's back in the portal. Um, he could be trash, but at the end of the day, he a 5-star, number one ranked in 2023 at the latest. So just because of that, he's gonna get picked up. But whenever he do get picked up, he better be ready. At Kamani next stop, the expectations will be even higher. Fact. I feel like a lot of people were saying that he had so much pressure on him at Colorado. They have no idea how much pressure he's finna have with the next team he owns. Because now the pressure is all the way on you. You just left primetime Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the pressure is really, really on Kamani McLain now. So if you guys thought we pressure just off of just little small vloggers, you guys have no idea how much pressure Kamani is about to face. Because now are you telling the truth or what's the problem? And so now whatever team Kamani go to, he basically is about to. This is like it's a stamp. You know what I'm saying? It's either Kamani or Coach Prime was right. You know, the same stuff he was doing at Colorado. If it is true, it won't change wherever he go. In my personal opinion, and y'all know I love Kamani. But if he's right, I owe him an apology. That means he'll go to a team, do the right thing, and be a dog. Yeah, McCaskill in the portal. How Shiloh trying to get the bag because it's pop, not his play facts. At the end of the day, it goes back to what we were saying though. Like, I mean, me coming up, if I had a pops that was one of the best players to ever play the game, become the head coach, and he allowed me to get a bag and allow me to play for him. To me, that's a dream. You know what I'm saying? To have a pops that played for the Atlanta Falcons, the Dallas Cowboys, MLB, Hall of Famer, and he's coaching me and he helping me get a bag. You know what I'm saying? And get to the NFL, which is was always been my dream as a kid. To me, that's the perfect. I mean, that's the perfect story for a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 30, and I remember in college you would come in as a freshman and learn from seniors or juniors and wait your turn. Work. Yes, Tyler, you're right on that as well. Seniority. You know what I'm saying? You a senior, junior, you got the upper end, unless you a freshman and you just different. Like different. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you're right. You a senior, you're gonna play 9 times out of 10. And you as a sophomore, freshman, you wait your turn. You don't just leave like because the coach allowing this senior to play. Who care about Alton? He's overrated. But I never understood why he left Houston when he led them in rushing and was AAC first team. Great point. It make you wonder if you was AAC first team, you was freshman of the year. I mean, injuries happen. That's the nature of the game. Why leave? So it don't make sense to me neither. Why leave in the first place? Because obviously they was using you the right way. So what would make you leave in the first place? That's a great question right there. I don't even know that one. Because it can't be because you got injured, because injuries happen. So I know the coaches didn't say, "Oh, you got hurt, so we're not going to use you no more." When you was AAC first team, that's just like when Adrian Peterson got injured for the Minnesota Vikings that year. I think he was having a career year. They brought him back the next year. They didn't force him to hit free agency. So you right on that. That don't make sense to me. And I don't know if you guys been following Alton, but before this, he was making he was sharing Houston stuff. So you guys heard it here first, man. He may go back to Houston. But I never really seen anything with it though. I wasn't paying it no mind. But I have been noticing him sharing a lot of Houston stuff prior up to this. So maybe he go back to Houston. Who knows? Kamani needs to come back to Florida, go to UCF and play against them. Cool, Alton is far from overrated. You tripping? He just injury prone. His Houston film is ridiculous. Yeah, he's far from overrated. Alton McCaskill is definitely a good running back, you know what I'm saying? But he's injury prone. And honestly, if injury prone is just as bad as not having enough skills. Because if you can't play, I mean, the thing is that injury prone is it's a bad thing as being, like I say, not as good as far as talent wise, because I'd rather take somebody that's not talented versus somebody that's injury prone that's more talented, because you injury prone, so you bound to get injured. So um you have to label him as injury prone now, because we're talking about 2-3 years, the third year with no film, 2 years that you haven't played a full season. So to me, that's considered injury prone. Despite his Houston film, we all know he can play as far as skill wise, but it always going to come back down to, are you able to play? McLain is going to be a late bloomer. If he put in the work, that's going to be the key. The key word is work. Well, it seems to me like that 5 stars went down because he didn't do anything to prove that. Yeah, he's a 4-star now. As far as 247 Sports, they have him as a 4-star. But I'm still saying, people always say 5-star, but he won't be in the portal long though. A lot of people don't realize after 2025, when Shador and Travis leave, Prime is out of there, and players know that. But at the same time, even if that's correct, I think Prime don't have to answer to nobody, including myself and anybody else. If he want to do that just for his sons, which I don't think it's just for his sons. People like to label him as that, but if that was the case, then in my opinion, it's prime time, man. Whatever prime time wants and feels, he has a right to do that. Who are we? I'm just saying in terms of just in general to question prime time Deion Sanders. He been there and done that. And a lot of people that have a problem with prime never played pee-wee football, if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, most of the people that have a problem with prime really technically can't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? If we being honest. So even if he leaves 2025, it wouldn't be a big deal. He may go off and coach NFL or do something else with his life. He's already been there and done it. So I would still be here. You know what I'm saying? Covering football for sure. Man, there are several 5-stars who transferred. Ever heard of Caleb Downs? He went to Alabama. Walter Nolan was in Florida State. Julian Sand, Quinn Ayers, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's again, it can work out. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely work out. It's just about what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I think those guys, when they transferred, the difference between them guys and Kamani is that they didn't have a. It wasn't about not watching film and showing up to meetings late. You know what I'm saying? You didn't question whether they really wanted it or not. Even with Coach Prime interview with DNVR, he said Kamani has to want it. That right there tells me it's questionable. If somebody has to say he needs to want it or he has to want it, I take that as he don't want it right now. If Prime Time saying it now, this is what Deion Sanders is saying. And then Coach Mathis a couple weeks ago or a week ago said Kamani has to get back in shape and then he can get on the field. Like, that right there is a problem. You should be in shape. Like, this is something you love doing. You've been living your whole entire life playing this game. You shouldn't have to get back in shape. I never heard Caleb Downs, Walter Nolan, Julian Sand, Quinn Edwards, none of them, no stories like that. I've honestly never heard a 5-star um not go and watch film, and I just never heard it until Kamani. So if Kamani plays against Colorado, he's gonna get cooked. That was smart. I think Alton had to do that because he's in the portal, and he don't want a team to look at that as drama. So that was smart. Many kids don't understand the nonsense of the game or have the football IQ in the film room. They overhype McLain coming out. Facts, facts. What's crazy, Mag Dog? Houston had 26 players leave, and nobody's really talking about it. Dang, that is a lot of players. 26 players. But they're gonna let that be Colorado. I don't want Kamani to fail. Me neither. All the coach said is that he is prayerful for the young man and he wants him to succeed. And that's all he always wanted, which why I felt like Kamani should have stayed. He only wanted the best for him. Coach Prime is old school. He gonna give you that old school tough love. And in this generation, a lot of the young players can't take that. As a player, if a new staff come in that didn't recruit a player, most players leave because that new staff bringing in their own staff and recruits. So maybe Alton McCaskill may be looking at that. If 26 players left, but still, it remains to be seen. Keep up the great. Appreciate that, C-Mac. Kamani needs a dad in his life. Why he leaving? In my opinion, I feel like it's competition for any player. That's any player that hit the transfer portal before the spring game. In my opinion, it's competition. If y'all remember, Kamani came to Colorado late after the first summer session. I feel like he never wanted to be accountable and present man. Present man. It's just hard for me to believe a player make a decision and then he make it and just not enjoy playing the game. Like, I don't know. But yeah, you could be right. Maybe it's because he just didn't want to be there from the jump. And then he didn't want to be accountable. He did show up late. That's true. He did show up late to Colorado, out of shape. I think that first practice he had, he threw up. So it always been it always been something with him as far as like not being in shape, or it's always something. Chris basically took the words out of my mouth, man. Man, I don't mean any harm, but Kamani was up there BSing and running those. That's really what it was. Maybe Kamani was homesick and just couldn't adjust. That's hard, man. But some people are different. Some players different like that though, where they have to be in their backyard. They want to be home or down south. Maybe he could, and it's true. He could have been homesick. Kamani gonna blitz the door every play. He might, and he may want to play against Colorado. And I think the only team we play, I want to say, I think we play UCF. I'm not sure though. Love the game. Your thoughts are flawed. People just need to look at the film, thus this season for the camera. At the end of the day, unless we with inside information, we don't know what was promised to Kamani, his family. Facts. That's true. But as sports fans, we have a right to judge. That's what we've been doing. Like as sports fans, we have a right to view certain things the way that it is. Just like with Antonio Brown walking off the field. Nobody know the conversation he had, you know what I'm saying, with the head coach at Tampa Bay. You know, the only thing people jump to conclusion and say he's crazy or he has CTE and all this other stuff. You know, but don't nobody know the real story of nobody ever know. But this is part of sports. You crazy, he doesn't have to answer to no one. But these kids that came here because of him, he was late because he was in summer school. But when he arrived, he was out of shape. You know, when he arrived, again, like Coach Prime said, he wasn't showing that he really wanted it. And even now, you know what I'm saying, just recently they was talking about him not being in shape. So it's like, when does it stop? And then I can't and you guys saying homesick, but you guys just said somebody just said his mother was actually in Boulder. So how can you be homesick? I don't that don't add up. Homesick is exactly. Jeanette just said it. That's what I'm saying. It's nah, so I can't take that he was homesick. Facts. I agree. Some of them not ready to adjust from being in a spotlight to a floodlight. Coach Prime, the best coach and mentor to be with. It's a lot of factors. All the media adapting to being in a new state is culture shock. Definitely didn't get the best start. Accountability hit him like a man. Standard with a 360. He showed up out of shape. Yep. Listen to what Coach Prime didn't say in his interview. Bottom line, Kamani didn't want to really work and earn it. Facts. Yeah, they is. They getting on my nerves. And the crazy thing is, I be having like I fix, you know, they be making nests, clean that up, and shoot, they redo it, man. It's crazy. It's birds all throughout this whole neighborhood, man. That's the only thing that I hate when I'm live and stuff or making a video. But like when I'm just out here chilling, it be relaxing. You cannot keep trying to build a team through the portal. That's facts. Kamani was giving his all. I don't come on. Oh, you don't think? I thought you were saying Kamani was. I was about to say, nah. If the best corner ever played the game can't make you into a player, no one can. Facts. That's my thing. Well, we're gonna take Coach Prime out of it. If Deion Sanders couldn't make you into a great DB, who can? Like let's not say this Coach Prime stuff. We talking about Deion Sanders. If Deion Sanders couldn't ever help you become or elevate your game, see you how I was looking at it, Deion Sanders was supposed to help Kamani be the next thing like Travis Hunter. But you have to want it though. See, Travis Hunter is in shape, very rarely be on social media. If he is, I'm seeing him playing the game on Twitch. You know, he out of trouble. 4.0, as you guys saw yesterday. I mean, he doing the right things. So it's like, you know, I was hoping Kamani could have did the same. Now, I don't think anything was promised. Even if it was promised, though, like you still have to give. Let's just say Prime did promise them something. What does that have to do with you not going to meetings on time? Like, how can you meet? How can you meet the promise or the deal? How can you meet the deal halfway when you're not even doing the right things to even meet the promises that you was given? If that makes sense. Nature. Oh yeah, facts. Definitely nature, man. Deion can't make anyone be what they don't strive to be. They got to get it. He put Kamani in the zone of opportunity. Kamani has to go get it. Prime is living his best life. Facts. Prime already. That's what I've been saying. Prime has already accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Now he's just giving back to the kids, and some of them take advantage of it. Some of them not. Don't. Xavier Weaver, prime example. We all know his stats could have been way better than what it was, but prime time effect. He still got invited to the scouting combine. You know, Roderick Ward. I keep saying Roderick Ward, prime example, the prime time effect. The prime time effect is huge. You know what I'm saying? I think the prime time effect is so huge that some of these players just need to just grind. They don't have to be just have the best numbers in the world, but the prime time effect is still going to put you in the spotlight. It's just hard to explain for y'all, man. It's hard. Like I say, only people that really been through this as far as this game back in the day, only y'all will understand. See, back then it wasn't no such thing as just media. Like media, like at practice, talking about recording. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's all love, man. We appreciate your channel. Facts, facts. Yeah, with my channel, man, you just have to. The birds is part of the channel, man. It's just part of it. But I appreciate it. If we read between the lines, McLain said it many times. Fool him once won't get a chance. But again, that's it goes back to what somebody said. I think you actually said it. You don't really know what's the situation. He's supposed to say that before hitting the portal. It's smart on his behalf. Makes him look like he may be right, and it can help him get picked up. So that's great. That was great promotion on McLean's part. You know what I'm saying? But do I feel like Prime didn't hold up to a promise? No. I think Prime definitely held up to the promises, but he's old school. And I think he was too old school for Kamani. I think that's what it was. Here's the deal. He's a mama boy and has been spoiled, grown old school men trying to break him out of that, caused him to crumble under that. Even his high school coach calling him and talking stupid for him. David, that's how it is, man. It's crazy. Does YouTube videos Kamani put out were some BS to honestly? But again, you guys know I really do support Kamani. So the stuff he was putting out to me wasn't part of like just grinding. You know what I'm saying? It's just it just I just hate it, man. I really do hate it. I hate it for him. But them drills he was doing was like, to me, was walkthrough. But you said with a friend from another school. Now it was in Colorado facility. I think now. I think it was at their practice facility. Cause I think Colorado has like several uh facilities. I don't think he left at that moment. But yeah, it was with a friend. It just seemed like Kamani was always distant as well. Even with like well off media now, he wasn't really in the camera. It's like he was like a lot of y'all say, it just wasn't comfortable being where he was. So that one thing we do know, that's why I say it's gonna be pressure on him. It's all eyes is gonna be on him harder now. That's not true on if the best corner that played the game can't pull the best out of a player is wrong. You have to be coachable. You have to be coachable. You know, somebody said something like you can lead a horse to the fountain, but you can't make him drink it. That's facts. So in Kamani case, it's not like Deion wasn't trying to help him, but how can he help somebody that don't want to be helped? Prime say this all the time in his interviews. You gotta want it. Deion gonna be like, that ain't the same, Kamani. Pick out the pick. I always love drama and revenge. You know what I'm saying? I support Kamani. You know, it will be interesting to see like a Kamani going to like think about it though. As a football fan, I would love to see like if Kamani go to USC and have to play Colorado. Do you guys understand how exciting that would be? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I would be rooting for Colorado, but that would be something cool to see. All we can do, and then Kamani going against Travis or something, man, that'll be crazy. But anyway, all we can do is pray and continue to support Kamani. We got to believe God ain't give him all this talent for nothing. Facts, facts. Yeah, I'm pulling for him without a doubt. Bucky cop Seaton a new whip. I don't know, man. I think Seaton got his own NIL deal, but maybe he did. It wouldn't surprise me. I support Kamani. He would get beat all day. I'm too biased. Kamani stopped Brandon Rice. Facts, these players gotta want it, but they relying on talent alone, not putting in the work. Travis put in work. Facts. It ain't no bias with when we speak about Travis. You know what I'm saying? He put in work. 4.0 GPA. I mean, what else? First in the conditioning drills. I mean, what else do you? How can you be biased for giving somebody credit? It's just maturity and growth. I agree. He said, "Thanks, Bucky, for wow." Shador said something about Amari and Miller today that I loved. He said he listens. He listens to what he tells him, what he sees, and O listens and wins 90% of the reps. That's facts. You throw the ball up to O, 90% of the time he coming down with it. And I'm telling you guys, Shador is starting to trust Amari more because last year it was Travis, 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 Travis. Now it's Amari and Travis, Amari and Travis, then a little bit of LaJohntay Wester. My channel is love that game for a reason. These players got to love that game and want facts. Shout out to your channel too, by the way. That's what it's about, love. Coach Prime is a head coach. He don't even have time to individually help a single position group. I saw no development from Coach Mathis with the DBs. All this. Wow. You sure? Every time I watch, I'm reacting to the videos and I'm seeing Coach Mathis coaching up the DBs, telling Kamani to get lower. I'm seeing Coach Prime calling over DJ McKinney, telling him to do this, trust his arm length, his wingspan. I don't know what you see, but I it's your opinion. And then you say Travis' technique is off. That's crazy. Sonny Robinson, you better look at that film. That was one play he got killed that whole game, but he did have 5 good plays. Yeah, them guys, like I said, it's just too easy. It's too easy to just live luxury, is what I'm saying. It's just too easy for them. And I'm not knocking those guys. I'm just telling you, back in the day, you had to earn your way to live like that. And honestly, it was either for me, if you wanted to have that lifestyle, you had to get to the NFL. That was the only way for me. I mean, scholarship money was good because we was getting scholarships then. It was good. That was a lot of money for a college kid. $300 or $400 extra. That go a long way. That's a lot of noodles. You know what I'm saying? So Prime is living his best life. His only will know is to pour his knowledge into these young men and just hope they get it. Appreciate that, Mag Dog. Facts, facts. Math is fault. Y'all ain't hear that from me. I ain't say that. I see what Math is doing. You know what's crazy? Colorado lost 5 games by 1 touchdown last year. As bad as the O line and the D line was, and they lost by 5, and they lost by 1 touchdown. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who exactly? Travis' technique is off the chain. So we'll do probably another 10, 15 minutes. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the live, man. I just wanted to talk to you guys, break the news out. I can talk football with y'all, man, all night, literally. Like this is my therapy, man, just to be around the game and talk about it with you guys. I always enjoy doing it. I'm gonna do more lives for sure. I ain't even realized we almost at 2 hours. Success starts with you. You got to want it. Again, I'm 66 and had to earn all I've earned. Facts. Trust me, I already know, Craig. I already know. And I give the utmost respect to all of the older OGs. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that time of era, it wasn't. I mean, technology existed, but it wasn't like it is today. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get noticed, you had to be in a newspaper. I'm sure you know what I mean on that, Craig. It wasn't no such thing as getting on YouTube and seeing this player do this or that player do that. It was you being in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's how we was getting our recognition. If you wanted to get some fame, it just had to be on the field. And then if you perform, get your name in the newspaper. Now you a star. Nowadays, these guys have their phones. They have YouTube. They have. I mean, I'm part of that fame I give to those guys. When I see something on Well Off Media Video, I blow it up. Oh, this player did that or that. But it's just the era. Back then, in order for you to get your name blowing and ringing, it was being in the front page of the newspaper. And for me, I enjoyed that feeling, like seeing my name, you know what I'm saying, or seeing my picture on the front cover of the newspaper. I thought I was a celebrity. You have a great show, bro. Like the video. Appreciate that, Mr. Seven. I appreciate you for stopping by. Live from Boulder. Keep speaking facts. Appreciate that, Transforming. Live from Boulder. Keep speaking facts. Appreciate that. Travis is great in cover too, but he flawed in man coverage due to his stance. The only game, yeah, I was just about to say that. I just finished reading it. The only game where Travis really, really got cooked is that Stanford and Arizona game. That one wide receiver It's crazy. I forgot his name, but he made his name against Travis in that game because they kept going to him. And those are the type of games I feel like is what going to separate Travis from being like great to like Hall of Fame great. Is being able to take out those type of wide receivers. And that wide receiver got the best of Travis because of size, in my opinion, too. So Travis, hopefully he's been working, which I know he have, working on, trying to stop those bigger receivers. See, back then, another thing we used to do is like the number one would go with the number one in practice. Like, Travis Hunter going up against Amari Miller in practice. You don't see that now in today's generation. It's always Shiloh Sanders going against number 28. I can't even remember his name, or Travis Hunter going up against Caleb Mathis. But back then it was Travis Hunter, Amari Miller, LaJohntay Wester, Travis Hunter. Like you would go up against the best in practice. So it's a lot that's changed. Mention some players in Kamani situation may be good in man-to-man coverage, but struggle in zone. That's true as well. He did, David, right on that. Travis did get cooked because he did come off that injury too. He wasn't 100%. That is right. That is true. Changing a stance is like a QB's throwing motion. It takes time. Yes. Travis is a unicorn, bruh. He's an example of a generational talent. Facts. Yeah, Travis is definitely generational talent. He was tired too. He was definitely tired. But see, this year is going to be different because we have great wide receivers. So I think Travis is just, see, Coach Prime allows Travis to be Travis, go in when you want to, stay in when you want to. And so now I think Travis is going to understand, like, I don't have to do as much as I did last year, which going to make Travis even more exciting to see because he ain't going to be just, see, it's a lot of people have no idea what's coming with Colorado. They thinking all we have is Travis or all we have is this. Okay, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Yeah, that dude there dominated. He definitely dominated. Appreciate you for that comment. I think he actually going. Is he entering the draft? Lines and truth. Why would he have him playing both ways and he was struggling in his main position? Because the thing is, though, just because you have one bad game doesn't mean to just stop doing what you've been doing your whole life. You have good games, you have bad games. It's just part of it. Facts. Like this is a conversation we definitely don't have to get on right here, man. Travis is Travis. Yeah, Travis is one of those that come out of the womb balling. Yeah, facts. Yeah, so it remains to be seen, what's going to go on with Kamani and um, Alton McCaskill, man. But just because you hit that portal, man, if you are an athlete that watch my channel, just be mindful of hitting that portal. Try to compete. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to get better. I'm going to read these last few comments. Appreciate you guys for chiming in. Hit that like button on your way out. We'll do more lives. We do have an upcoming interview with the player that did hit the transfer portal. I already mentioned it in the live. And we're going to allow him to be able to sit down and give his reasons of why he hit the portal. But like I said, there's more dogs on the way. No player hit that portal for Coach Prime Colorado Buffaloes that cannot be replaced. Remember that. Last few comments. Alton left Houston because the coach is garbage. I live in Morrison, Colorado, went to a CU game. 2021 is dead. To be honest, I believe Webster and Miller is an NFL duo like that. Watch what these boys do this year. I'm hyped and glad to be a Buffs fan. So we're going to stop on that note right there. Appreciate you guys for chiming in. Mag Dog TV, we out. Peace.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go.